Samuel was serving God by helping Eli, the high priest, but Eli had two sons who were very disobedient and leading the people astray. God really spoke in those days. One night Eli was laying down in his own room. The lamp of God had not gone out yet, and Samuel was asleep in the tabernacle, near where the ark of God was. He called Samuel, and he said, "Here I am." Samuel ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." But Eli said, "I did not call you. Lie down again." So young Samuel went and laid down. The Lord called again, "Samuel!" Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." But he said, "I did not call you. Go and lie down again." Then the Lord called to Samuel a third time. He got up and went to Eli once more. "Here I am, for you called me," Samuel said. Then Eli realized that it was the Lord who was calling Samuel. "Go lie down, and if the Lord calls you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant hears.'" So Samuel went and lay down once more. The Lord came and stood, calling as before, "Samuel, Samuel!" And Samuel replied, "Speak, for your servant hears." God told Samuel that he was going to punish Eli's sons for their disobedience. The next morning, Samuel was afraid to tell Eli what God had said, but Eli insisted, and he told him everything. Eli replied, "It is the Lord. Let him do what seems good to him." From that time on, God regularly spoke to Samuel, and he became God's messenger and prophet to the nation. For this craft, you're going to want a couple pieces of paper, a marker. You're going to have different colors because you can decorate it. I'm not going to. And a pair of scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my pieces of paper and I'm going to draw a rectangle on it. So this is going to be where Samuel is sleeping. So I'm going to draw a blanket. Maybe make it striped so it'll be nice to color in. And then I'm going to draw Samuel. I'm going to make it so you can just see his head. I'm going to give him some hair. Give him a mouth and a nose, but I'm not going to give him any eyes yet. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and my other sheet of paper. First with my scissors on my original sheet of paper. I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to cut a rectangle into Samuel's bed here. So then there's going to be a hole in the middle of his bed. I'm going to do the same thing in the middle of his face. Which might kind of seem weird, but this is where his eyes are going to go. I'm going to cut that out. So now Samuel looks kind of weird with a big hole in the middle of his bed and a big hole where his eyeball should be. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my other piece of paper in half. And then I'm going to cut it in half. We're probably going to have to trim it down just a little bit more to make it fit. So that's going to be way bigger than the hole I have right now. So, okay, so I'm going to take the one sheet of paper I have, and I'll put it down underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw Samuel's sleeping eyeballs. So he's asleep here. His eyes are closed. I'm going to write Samuel on that empty spot now. With an exclamation point. So he's asleep. And then he's going to wake up. So I'm going to pull it down so you can't see his eyes or Samuel anymore. And I'm going to draw his eyes awake. And I'm going to write, speak, Lord. Your servant is listening. So that's how this works. You can start with him asleep and God calling, and then you can pull it down and you see his eyes and what Samuel was saying to God. Now I'm going to take Samuel and I'm going to flip him over. I'm going to take the paper I wrote on and I'm going to trim it down to make it a lot skinnier. Then I'm going to take my other half of the paper and I'm going to cut the top and the bottom off of it. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue just on the edges. And I can glue it down. And I can slide this paper in. Make sure it comes out the bottom. Now we can have Samuel asleep. And then we can pull it down and wake up Samuel. Maybe you didn't really see that. And now you can have Samuel asleep. And you can pull it down and wake him up. So you can color it and decorate him and make him all colorful for you. Hope you had a great week, and I'll see you in Sunday school. Bye!